So, I don't post much anymore. My 14-year-old self would be pretty disappointed in me for that, but I think I think that's just my 18-year-old self being hard on myself because my 14-year-old self, I constantly wrote letters to myself, like for future me to read, and, this song that I'm gonna sing today is an example of that. It was kind of, I guess, like sort of predictions. This was released on an album called Metal Mouth. That wasn't clear. It's not, my speech isn't clear right now because I have to wear my retainer like 24/7 now because my teeth shifted a bit. I got my braces off like a year ago, but that's how shit is now, I guess. But yeah, for those of you who didn't know, I did have to take an extra year in high school. So I was supposed to graduate last year, but I'm actually graduating this year. And I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I was supposed to take a full extra year, but I ended up only doing a semester because that single semester gave me the credits I needed, and I did have to leave due to some unforeseen shitty circumstances. I totally would have stayed and graduated with the extra credits just to like get my high school experience in or whatever, because high school completely sucked for me. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna take one more stab at it and see if I can have a good year. Some good things happened. I mean, some necessary things happened, but that doesn't mean they weren't really challenging things to deal with. I mean, my last semester of high school, which was supposed to be my last full year, was a really huge change for me, and my life has completely changed now. Like, I am living in a different city. I'm living on my own now, pretty much, and, things are really different now. But this song was kind of just my hopes for the future and how I felt about growing up. Yeah, and I listened to this song the other day on the bus because I was listening to my old music, because why not? And I totally cried, like, on public transit. Because these are difficult things. But yeah, I'm just gonna sing the song because I think you'll have a pretty good idea of, why I'm re-singing this song, despite the fact that I haven't touched it, whatever, for, like 5 years. 4 years, actually. Yeah, 4 years, that's more like it. But yeah, I did change a couple of lyrics up, but, that's to be expected. I do that all the time. When I'm 17, I'll leave my high school, walk out the doors knowing I was never cool. I'll bid goodbye to all the people I hope I'll never see again. 'Cause everything sucked and 4 years ain't enough for growing up. I'll be here, I'll choke on tears. Tears and beers will fill this cup. When I'm 18, maybe I will stand out on my own without a helping hand, managing to stay upright even if I'm dying inside. The loss of innocence is too much to think about. So while I can, this metal mouth is gonna let it out. When I'm 19, I hope I'll have a band. I probably will have broken my hand, 'cause I make bad decisions all the time, and I get angry when I cry. One day I'll leave this hell and you will too. I believe I'll cry when they say my name, and I walk across that stage. Oh, oh, oh. When I'm 20, I'll fall on my skateboard. You're never too old to be reborn. I'll skin my knees and remember the feeling I had on the 5th of September. As the sun beats down on my head, I can't forget the things they said, but I'll have to move on. As I get tall, I await the day my anger drives me to drive my hand against a wall. That's the song. And I don't know, that's like a really shitty little version of it, but like I think that song was meant to be shitty, so I don't particularly care. But yeah, I wonder what my 14-year-old self would have to say to me. Probably a lot. Like, I never shut up, and I still don't. So it would be like a conversation where like both people are just like talking at each other, but like rapidly absorbing the information and saying relevant things. Because the other person understands the relevancy, but to someone else it just like kind of sound really chaotic. But anyway, thank you for listening from my current self, and a extra thank you for listening from my 14-year-old self. I really want to start doing music again. I have always thought that post-secondary was absolute bullshit for me. Well, I've thought that for a few years. I mean, there was a point when I wanted to go, but the past little bit, I've just been like, yeah, fuck that. I hate school. But I'm thinking about doing it, and my life is changing a lot right now. My life isn't changing, just I'm changing, and that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video before I overshare, but thank you for listening. Have a great day, and feel free to listen to that old-ass album, because the spirit of my 14-year-old self is very much alive.